So today I'm going to be drawing birds. I have a painting that I have that I'm planning, and I want to kind of get some practice in of of birds. And so I have my like little sketchbook. I've had this sketchbook for a while, and I think I have it from one of my nieces. She's actually graduating high school this year. Tana, my nieces and my sister and her daughters gave this to me in 2023 as a Christmas gift, and I had her draw like a little drawing in there early. I think something happened in this December where she drew it later. I think they gave this to me like way after Christmas. I don't know if I went home for Christmas or not. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, she drew it. And I did a little sketch, and then it just sat for 3 years. So now uh, I'm picking it up. I picked it back up. I started it this morning, like at 3 a.m. And I'm trying to learn the shapes and gestures of birds. You can kind of see like different kind of. I'm mostly drawing crows right now, because the painting that I'm doing is gonna have crows in it. But you can see, I kind of took like a little color. I have like a little mechanical color pencil. Another gift from one of my coworkers, and yeah. So I can switch out the colors in this really easy. You can see I have like a bunch of colors that I can choose from, and I just slide it in. Some of their like messy gesture type of thing. Some of them more like slightly more rendered, but it's really about me
You just found the
experimenting.
real winner in the car rental game.
Let's see. Let's see here. Drawing away. I need a darker pencil. There we go. If I zoom in a little bit, does that help? Hi. Hi, Stefano. How are you? Sorry, I have like really, I don't know if you can hear me okay, but this isn't from a reference. This is just like a random. Hold up. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I've never drawn. I've never drawn a bird quite like this before. Hold up. I'm just gonna do a gesture, which means like the basic outline of the bird. See its neck going up like that, its beak, right? Its eye. I am using a Graph Gear 500. Thank you. And this is like a .5. It's a mechanical. It's a Pentel pencil. Yeah, pretty good. You can find them at Michael's. They're not like too hard to find. And they're actually kind of affordable. I mean, it's still $15, but this one's lasted me years. I usually like thanks, Luis. Thank you. Um I usually like regular pencils, but I really like this idea that I don't have to like worry about sharpening anything. So, it's like I like the feeling of a regular. And if you're wondering what kind of bird this is a pied crow, I believe, which is like an African crow, like the raven family, almost. They're supposed to be good luck. Thanks, BMX Kids Mom. Thank you. So this wing looks like it is going. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just, for the sake of having fun, looks like his body's going like this. Those, those legs, those claws. I'll just kind of like make a little sign here. So I do this thing where I'm trying to suggest the feathers. So I'll do like a, if you see here, I'll do that here, and it kind of makes it look like kind of feathery. The wing is gonna come up here. Any birds that any suggestions for birds that I should draw? Crowned night heron. All right. That's going to be next. I don't know if you stick around for that if you like. Actually, I'm going to be on that next. A sec, I'm almost done this one. All right. Moving right along. First page. Googling crowned night heron. Do they come in different colors? I wonder. Ooh, that's a cool looking one. I'm going through trying to decide which one. Okay, I'm gonna do the head first. A yellow crowned. Okay. So I got the black one. Let me see. Yellow crowned night heron. Okay. I'm gonna start with the head. Beak. Pointed. Right. All right. All right. Crown night heron. Mm-hmm. I think I got the profile all right. Little stance there. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna get these feathers. Hold on a second. Mm-hmm. There we go. It's a little sketch. It's a yellow crowned night heron. All right, next bird. All right, I'm gonna look at the black one. I'm gonna do a close up. So it helps if I just break down the head a little bit. I like that beak. Oh, look up a picture when they're doing their mating dance. All right. So I'm just gonna put a little quick cap on this one. Oh, that's pretty cool. That should be cool. Hold up. Let me get this one. Get this one down. Get some of this. All right. I'm just gonna finish off this beak. All right. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see if I can get the beak. Mm. Okay, something. Seems like he kind of has a. He's working with a smile here, which I don't know if that's. Okay, we got it. Whenever I'm learning to draw something new, I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna come together or not, but I think it's okay. All right, next we're gonna do a picture of there, and he has like this little mullet. I always feel like they're like that one little feather in the back is like a mullet almost. Pretty funny, or like a comb over. I wonder what that's for. Is there anything that says what that's for? That hair? Okay, moving right along. Crowned night heron, angry. Oh, yeah, that looks insane. That looks crazy. That looks crazy. Hilarious. I love it. All right, let's see. Okay, so with something like this, I gotta go big and not too specific because it's very like shape based, right? his little beak. These are his wings that are going to be. We're just breaking down the shapes, right? Oh, yeah. Definitely a comb over. Okay, got his body, got his wings. I think there's like feathers, like his tail feathers are in the back somewhere. Oh, wow. What a wild. Good suggestion. This might take a second because it's such a weird angle. So now I'm just kind of like finding space for stuff, finding my footing, the placements of things. So I have his legs, his body, his face, his beak, right wing, left wing, and then I'm gonna add the. Wow, good suggestion. Wow. All right. He has this like weird look on his face too, of like. There's this like. Right. Okay. Straight. Okay. We're getting there. Okay. See, I always do this where like I underestimate the size of things. Like my gestures. Sometimes I'll do a gesture and just like adjust the size as I go. So it's like almost like he's like he or she's spreading their back down and just poking their butt up. So that's where that leg is meeting them. Is like this is the chest and it's coming up around, and then the back of the legs, the butt is up here, and then the legs are coming out. Interesting. Right? Okay. You can see that mullet thing, that comb over. Got to show that off, right? Oh, really? That was like a good, goofy bird noise. All right, now we're going up to the wing. So it goes little feathers, right? These are sketches, so I don't want to kind of like want to suggest everything. I don't want to like spend too much time on anything because, but that's like kind of the fun part. These like these like little back feathers go over. Pretty awesome. All right. What we got here? I'm gonna try to get these upper feathers up here. So it folds back, which is very cool. Like bird wings are like beautiful as it is. So it's cool when there's like a different kind of like this one's doing. Good suggestion. I'm not going to keep saying that, but still, it's pretty awesome. Kind of see them go back. Okay, something. Okay, get this one. This is gonna remind me to do like a little exercise with the quadrants of the wing. A little messy over here. Dipping into the other side. With this sketchbook, it's kind of tough. All right, there you go. There's your very odd yellow crowned night heron. Looking angry, as told by this Facebook post. Looking kinda angry. Well done. Good choice. Good choice. I think I'm gonna do. Alright, I'm gonna do one more of the. I'm gonna do the blue crown heron. Real quick. Let's see if I can. They look really focused, these guys. Those eyes, man. His eyes are like really. Right here. I gotta say, they look like they have like a really good haircut. I know. Right. Real quick. It's such a weird body. And then it goes like this. Goes in. His head is bigger compared to how I'm showing his body here. Let's get those claws right, shall we? All right, here we go. Kind of rough. That's okay. All right, moving on to the next bird. I'm gonna draw some wings. Just like little animal drawing. This book, animals. I'm going to draw from that. No eagles today. So just as I don't know if this is helpful at all, but actually I have a better book. Hold on 1 second. This book is on painting fur and feathers. I found this at like a warehouse book sale, and I usually open it up. Sometimes I have to like revisit things, and it's good to have a book to just like kind of go over. Let's see here. Okay, in this section, painting feather textures. This book does like a really good job of explaining to you in different mediums, like with watercolor and ink and drawing and oils, how to like render and paint and draw like realistic feathers and fur. And in this section, it kind of break down the sections of the wing. It's pretty cool. You begin with a pencil drawing, right? Then you go into veins of each feather, the hawk's characteristic dark bar. This is the hawk wing. Then you start light, and then you start to add darker shapes. I think this is the oil rendition of it because it's saying titanium white. And then you start to go in with color and just add layers. You could kind of keep it simple at first, like a regular just shapes. And then you start to add in details like lines of white. Pretty cool. But what I came here for is this part. The wing. So we have the lesser wing converts up top. These like the little feathers. The median wing converts, like the inside, like where the right next to the body, right? Greater wing converts, like these middle wings, middle feathers before the tertials. The alula, the primary converts. These are the bigger ones that you see the wing fold. And then the primaries. and the secondaries. Okay, I'm gonna do that because it's a good exercise. I do the same thing with like human hands, where I have to like revisit them. This practice is good for you, they say. I'm gonna use a marker for this. Blue marker. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it well enough. Lesser wing converts. Right? I'm just gonna do block by block. Right? The Alula. Hold up. There you go, that's better. Just give me room to move. Doesn't look like a wing, does it? Goes this paper. Okay. Oh, fresh page? I should flip? Should I flip? See, now I'm filling in each little spot. You'll see the feathers start to get bigger. Right? You see it's coming together, like you start to see the feathers forming. Right? See, this section ends, so they start to push this way. They start to push out. All right, almost. All right. These are usually wider. All right, now the feathers start to get bigger and they start to push outward. Oh, now they start to swoop. All the way out. See, there you go. All right, there we go. A wing, real rough, real ugly, but it works. All right. I think I'm going to do more crows. No parrots. I'm not move for parrots. What am I going to do though? I'm going to do a pied, another pied, because that's what I'm trying to get ready for as a pied crow. What we have so far. It's pretty good. Pretty good at racking them up. Okay. I'm going to that's his head. What's that? You see, are you going to be doing a painting of one soon? Is that why you're studying them? Yeah, definitely. I'm studying. I'm planning a painting, and I want to practice it before I end up painting it. I'm painting in oils, and so you know I'm not that experienced with drawing birds, so like it's really good for me to like brush up a little bit before I do it. So I'm probably gonna do like a couple studies later, um, and so I want to make sure that I'm not intimidated. I don't really have to do that. Like obviously, like I'm not being paid for it or anything, but it helps that it helps if I have more fun if I'm like, oh, I've done this before. Like, oh, okay. I'm like not intimidated by it. I'm always pretty open minded when making mistakes and stuff like that and seeing what works and what doesn't. But it kind of helps for me to like kind of get a couple reps in, have a little fun sketching. Plus, come on, any excuse I can make for sketching, I'm all for it. Hold on, I have a pencil, another pencil, and I can fill some stuff in. I'm gonna bring in, as a joke, my big pencil. Ridiculous. Actually, I bought this pencil. This is one of the first pencils I bought. I started drawing in 2020 during the pandemic because I was driving myself crazy in my apartment. And I just needed to do something. Here we go. It's our Pod Crow. They have this cool, and the reason I'm drawing that one is because they represent good luck in Africa. Apparently, this is what I hear, and so doing a little study. For a while, I couldn't really get comfortable drawing the shape of a. I'm so used to drawing people. I draw a lot of people. If you look at my channel, I draw a lot of people. I usually paint people, and it just, it just, the shape of a bird was like kind of the bird's head was like kind of intimidating for me. So I kind of like have to get used to it. Like that swoop back here. I think I feel like a little bit better about it though. Fortunately. All right. Okay. And the rhythm of the beaks was also like something I had to get used to. Oh, what sparked the idea for the painting? Sorry, I'm just not seeing it because I'm drawing. But I I've been like trying to figure out. I've been trying to like paint stuff that's like positive or stuff that kind of has meaning, stuff that kind of like uplifts me a little bit. And so like this idea of like drawing stuff that things that mean luck or that have positive connotations is kind of is something that I was kind of intrigued by because adversity and all that good stuff. Sometimes it's good to like to kind of remind yourself that to keep going. And I was looking for stuff. I had went to Africa maybe like 3 years ago, and I wanted to see something that, yeah, that's it. I wanted to see something that was positive, but I was like really intrigued by like African culture, and and I wanted to see like, oh, what's positive? What's something that's like that means good luck over there? And I found out that specifically the pied crow means good fortune. And so I was like, oh, I could do like a flock or something like that. That would be pretty cool. And so if you see me put these lines down, these are just like where the shadows are. Let's kind of simplify it so I don't get bogged down with details. I could just kind of like, go. I like a nice little portrait. Yeah, you know, it's fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's super fun to do. Like just letting go a little bit and not trying to nail it. I mean, I don't know about you. I haven't had a chance to click your stuff, but I don't know if you have it up at all. But just messy sketches and doing a lot of them kind of they've made me better. They've made me so much better because I'm not. I kind of like sketch real quick and then I move on, and I'm learning faster because I make my mistakes and then I carry it with me to the next sketch, and then also like I'm not beating myself up if it doesn't look perfect. Like if it looks, even if I think it looks ugly, then I'm like, oh, okay, it looks ugly. We'll try again. Let's see. You know, I started like trying to remember how to draw birds last night, and it's discouraging a little. It can be, but it's a sketch. You know, there'll be other sketches in just a few minutes. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's super fun. Super fun. I'm gonna draw some. Let's see. Let's see what those legs are like. Crows. Bird. I'm drawing the legs. And birds' legs always make me laugh because they look like they're just like high, like pants, like pants that are high rising. They're just like cut off, like jorts or something, like shorts. Like the feathers just kind of stop. And also, what's fun is about this when you're sketching is that I'm kind of forcing myself to simplify things, right? So I'm trying to look for shortcuts constantly of like, okay, how can I make this easy to understand that there's scales on the legs, but also not. I I kind of give myself a chance to be more abstract, if but clear, so that nothing's really lost in translation, but I'm just saving myself time. But if you think about it, yeah, they are difficult, but humans are difficult too. But they're doing great on your portraits. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, humans are super hard, and I feel like the only thing is, practice. That's it. What else do we got? I think I'm gonna do. You got any other bird species that you'd like to throw in? I could try to do a rendition of. Let's see, huh? There is this guy on Instagram, an emu or a peacock head. Yeah, was that the come over? Peacocks have come overs, right? They have the Yeah, all right. Let's do it. Okay. I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it. All right. This is still up high, but I think I'm getting a rhythm here. Okay. I'm getting the gesture down a little bit. Okay. Yep. Okay. Whew. All right. That feels good. All right. Emu time. Emu. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do that one. Oh yeah. I do kind of like this one though. I do like this one. It's got very stately. Let's do it. All right. I'm gonna put them at the. There's not enough room on this table for the both of them. Okay. So, I could do any portrait. I start with the top. Get the angle right. Hmm. Those eyes though. Beautiful eyes. It's like a rough looking dinosaur, right? It's like a little eyebrow too. And the lips go, there's the beak and then there's like the lips that are back there that are kind of hilarious. Yeah, they're very creepy. All right. And it looks like a smile, but then like how are we gonna work this? Okay. Then it has like this nostril. It looks like a really weird, messed up smile. Okay, I think we got it. And then we start to add the hair. Boy. Look at that hair. And they have these weird, like, little scales, almost like a lizard. So we're gonna do that. Ugh. It's like kind of balding. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna add some hair to this shortly. Look, a little nostril too. This is my first emu. My man looks a mess. And then there's like these like little patches of hair. Yeah, they really look like a weird dinosaur, man. It's like the skin of like a dragon, like hairy, scaly. It's like sometimes you kind of like marvel at some of these animals that we have on this planet. He's got a little hair on the back of his neck. Could use for a comb in his life or her life. Okay, and then there's this weird like box cut thing that's happening. All right, here we go. Here goes our emu. It's not bad. Oh, it didn't take forever. All right, next one. You want to jump back to the a peacock head? Peacock. Mm. Oh yeah, yeah. It's got personality. So I'm gonna do a peacock. I'm gonna do this bad boy. This girl. I hear they're really mean too. This is good. Mm, let's shorten up that neck a little bit. Okay, got a nostril here. It's into the front of the beak, top of the head, goes down, the design of the feathers, dips down, and the eyes are like kind of almond, more almondy. Just gonna still, yeah. Yeah, he looks rude. It's not friendly at all. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, a kite or a turn, huh? Okay. All right. I'll knock this thing out. Mm-hmm. Okay. Look at that. Those eyes, man. Those colors. The colors, like, I feel like anything black and white with the you show these in black and white, they kind of like don't do it any justice because it's so beautiful. You know, a bird that I really like too is called the common grackle. For some reason, I love those birds. Real simple. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then we got the oh, the common grackle. Yeah, those are my favorites. I actually, those are one of the first birds that I've painted. Let me I'll show them to you. I have it. I think I have it. I'll show them. So I did a bunch of like here, let me zoom this out. I did a bunch of I did I was doing animals for a little while. Komodo dragon, a seal. And one of my favorite things I've ever painted, one of my favorite paintings was a grackle. This is in oil. This is actually in a sketchbook. Let me push this back a little bit. This is the first time I actually painted any birds. I haven't really drawn any birds since, but I really enjoyed doing this one. Long story short, I was working on a painting that I kind of wanted them to have. I was working on the Sphinx, and I wanted her to have like, thank you. I wanted her to have like purpley, bluish hue feathers on her leg. See, this is me like trying to do a thigh, right? Um, but I was looking at birds that kind of like had like a beautiful. I'm a Prince fan, right? So I love purple. But I was trying to find a bird that had purple that had like a lot of good examples of purple, and the common grackle came up, and so I painted this one. And I painted these three. This is my favorite easily. This is my favorite. It has personality. But this is like maybe what a year ago, year and a half ago. But yeah, I'm still learning, I'm still learning oils, but this is something I did. So with sketchbooks like these, you could paint in them. It's watercolor paper, but what I did is I put I can't use words today. Oh my god, what is it? Primer. Gesso. Yes, gesso. That's what it is. I had to literally go and open. Thank you, gesso. Gesso. I use it all the time. I have like tubs of it, and for some reason I just couldn't remember. But oh yeah, the eyes. The eyes were pretty cool. I was pretty surprised at how they came out. Um, you can actually see that picture. That picture should be either on my social media on Instagram, or you might be able to see it on my YouTube. But yeah, I've seen some people do it. I've seen some people do it before, but I haven't seen many because usually, oil is something that you want to paint an actual piece, you don't want to treat it. Usually, it's so much work to do it. You don't want to paint it in a sketchbook and then cover it up and then close the book and then put it on a shelf. But for me, I just kind of like. I like the idea, like the freedom of a sketchbook. Like it's so non-committal. I don't know if you see a pattern there of like me just not wanting the pressure of doing a piece. If you think that's cool, here's some other stuff that I did. This is oil study from one of my favorite painters. His name is Joaquin Sorolla. Really cool. Yeah, oils are fun. Oils can be fun. I think you got to be patient with them, and they have a style to them that you kind of have to. It's almost closer to sculpting because it's so tactile and it's so heavy. Some it's like there's like a little bit of a feeling like you can see the textures of these. They're fun. I think they're a little labor intensive as far as like the amount of work that goes into them, you know? Just because the prep time and they're kind of messy, they get all over everything, so you kind of have to like be a little bit more careful and be a little bit more mindful how you use them. I don't know if you want to go on like a little tangent and look at I have other sketchbooks that have oils in them. Some of them are just like really simple sketches of me just like pushing paint around just to see what would happen. Some of them are not good. Some of them are corny comic book characters. Like, it's a park I went to. Studies. Yeah. Tangent. Let's do it. All right. So this is one of my favorite sketchbooks. So my nieces gave me a box of markers. And so I just kind of like had a field day. I was like, this is a couple of years ago. Still learning, just playing around, seeing what I could do, how I could push it. And then I started experimenting even more. I found, let me move this light over a little bit. I started using inks and black ink and white ink together and chalk and white charcoal. And I started looking at old movies. And so I would just paint. Thank you. Yeah, I started 6 years ago during the pandemic, and it's more of like I just did it a lot. I just was I paint or draw. I definitely draw every day. So it's a huge help. This is a movie that I saw. What I would do is I would just paint the whole page black, and then I would try to see if I could paint in the white or the light parts, so you could kind of tell. Black and white movies were really easy to use to reference because I could kind of like identify things a lot easier. This movie was Hard to Be a God. This one was called. Killer Sheep. Hard to Be a God. That's not an old movie. I forget what that one was. I love doing that type of work. Black page and then white chalk pencil. Super fun. Super fun. It kind of makes you use your brain a little bit differently. You know, we're always like trying to find shadows and stuff and shading. And kind of like Makes me think differently. I'm gonna brighten this light up a little bit. Here we go. This is one Max von Sydow where he plays chess against death. It's like an old film noir study of a sculpture. Then I started to try figure drawings a little bit. These are oils. Now we're going into oils. I think this is one of the first times I painted the page with gesso, and I just tried it. And what I really like about oils is how thick they are and how opaque they are. The color, the pigment is so aggressive. It's so thick. When you put a brush down, if you have like the right mix of paint, it just covers everything. I love it. I always felt like acrylics, I like acrylic, but it's a little too watery for me, you know? I kind of like the feeling that it's just, I like the more oil based, how heavy it was. This was just a regular person, like a fitness model or something, and then I realized, like, oh, you know, let me paint her green and make her She-Hulk. Comic book nerd. Have I used the open acrylics? No, I've never used them. Are they the same? Are they very thick with a lot of body? That would make sense. That would be pretty cool to try. I never took any classes, but I always like saw people practicing with cloth. So I said, "Oh, let me try. Let me try to do a cloth study of some sort. Let me try it out." This is still. This one was like. This kind of changed everything. This one. Oh, they don't dry as fast. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I like it. I like the paints that don't dry like super fast. That's great. Cause I noticed that about acrylics, you know, I would try to like blend something, I would try to mix the paint in, or I would try to like blend something on the page and like it just would be dry already. And I just I couldn't seem to get with it. This is like my favorite portrait that I've ever done. Period. This is my favorite one. Um, I remember mixing like maybe like 10 pigments for this. Thank you. And I was like, wow, okay, okay. This is why I felt like I leveled up. Every once in a while, I feel like I'll do something. I'm like, okay, this is better than I've been doing before. I was like, ooh, new level unlocked. Then I tried another portrait, but it still wasn't like this one. And I still haven't gotten something that I've liked as much as this one. But this is my uncle. But it doesn't look anything like him because I didn't know how to manage proportions yet. I was doing paintings for my cousins. And they are more studies. So what I'll do is because I wasn't really good at mixing colors yet. I would just do two colors, or I just do it really simple because I don't know. I just felt like part of me kind of got lucky with that first portrait that I showed you. So after that, I was like, okay, I'm just putting too much pressure on it. Let me just paint with one color. Let me just paint with one color. Treat it like a black and white painting, but with just a color that pops. And I did this. And then of course I said, oh, That's not a copy of a picture or a regular person. That's the Wicked Witch of the West. Yeah, I think it works. It's like a good way to. It kind of takes off some of that color pressure, and it kind of makes me focus on values and like lights and darks, and being able to like seeing what one color will do, you know, or what it can do. So that's why, I went with red with this one. These are references. The reference pictures are from a photo book. This guy named Alfred Stieglitz. He does really beautiful. He did really. This is a long time ago. Some of these are old, man. 1906. Some of these, let me see. Let me see here. Let's see somewhere. Yeah, there you go. That's the original. Yeah. Oh, a little book collection here. But beautiful. Old stuff. Some of these are like so old that he took photos and painted them in. And it's called photogravure. Yeah, pretty cool. That's an aside. And then so I kept painting stuff from his book because they're old pictures, right? So that they're not too detailed. So I never felt like I needed to get the eyebrows right. They were so blurry and so old that I could make mistakes and not feel like I completely messed up the picture. Half this stuff you'll notice is like me just tricking myself into into staying motivated and enjoying the process, so sometimes I'll do like shortcuts and stuff just to make myself still like have fun and still learning and pushing boundaries. This is an old fighter, Marvin Hagler. It's an old picture. This is another time when I painted a portrait and I was like, yeah, it's hard, it's hard. But I mean, with certain stuff, I think it's different. Like this is like a hobby and it's fun to do. And I'm having a blast doing it. No one's making me do it. I don't have to do it for money. And I don't ever want to try to get famous off of it or earn a living or be full time. So it's easier for me to it's a little bit easier for me to do it. But because I don't feel the pressure to do it the right way, I can do it my way and stay motivated, but still try to grow, No teacher's going to tell me what to do because I'm not going to class for it. So it's like, there's a freedom. There's also, I kind of take the long way sometimes, but I'm still painting more than I would have if I felt like there was like a lot of pressure to succeed with it. There you go. This is me with inks, going back to inks. And there's this weird like acrylic white ink that I use. And it's not very good. I don't like it. But this painting is like, this is like probably, it could be 2, 3, 4 years old. And I still have this. I still use it because I don't know. I'm paranoid about throwing away art supplies. Did the same thing with this African girl carrying a pot. It's supposed to be sitting on her head, but I think I was a little rusty that day. She's like holding it in the air. It's not even touching her head. Funny. More portraits. Trying to get back to that first one. Trying to remember what I did right. This is a study. I'm trying to make decisions for a painting, and it has a staircase in stone, and I just did different versions of it to see what the sky was like. I had a photo reference of stairs that I was in Africa, and I had shown I had taken a picture of stairs, and but I wanted to change the background, and so I tried different backgrounds, like trees in the middle, trees on the side, a tree with more sky, more ingrown forest background, just a clear sky with with a couple of trees on the bottom. Just trying different things. And then this is my painting. This is the one that was featuring the feathers that I showed you a little bit earlier. I showed the thigh. I was trying to figure out what kind of skin I wanted her to have. I wanted to see if she should have darker skin, like a cooler skin, maybe like a warmer amber brown color, or maybe she should be all blue. But either way, each of them, she was definitely going to have feathers over her legs. It's a portrait. A portrait. I was at the Met. Took a couple sketches. This is me at the Met again, breaking down composition. More stuff from the Met. King Lear, Act 1, Scene 1. This is like a really big painting. I forget that. Edwin Austin Abbey. Yeah, Edwin Austin Abbey. He's good. He's fun to watch. The Met still. The Met still. I was in the Armory section. I don't know if you've ever been to the Metropolitan Museum in New York, but they have like one area where there's like so many just like armor, just like suits of armor, just like a whole exhibit, just tons of it. And I drew some of those. There's an art challenge that I joined on Instagram some time ago. You will get to the Met one day, my friend. You should. You definitely should. It is massive. It's beautiful. There's an Instagram challenge that one of my followers, somebody that I was following, does like every September. And every day is like a nature prompt. And so like every day she posts like a theme or something, and you have to follow that theme. And so for that day, I forget what the theme was, but I picked a gray long-eared bat. This is watercolor and it's ink on the outside, the black. Ringing Museum. Oh, that's awesome. I've never heard of it. I don't get out much. Let me see. Who's your favorite artist? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, it looks awesome. That looks cool. Oh, Peter Paul Rubens. Yeah, love Peter Paul Rubens. Love Rubens. This is a a chameleon that I found pretty cool. This was fun. This took forever because there were so many different colors. This is watercolor with some pencil underneath. watercolor, some blue fine line marker, and then a brush pen with ink. I was in New Jersey and there was like a little park behind a mall I went to. Cotton harlequin beetle. Okay, maybe I drew more birds than I thought I did. Looking. A barrel eye fish, very weird. Look it up. A barrel eye fish is very weird. I don't know if I did this justice, but basically, there's 80% regular fish, and then up front, you could see the fish's brain and its sensory organs in the back. It's crazy. You could see like all of its nerve endings and the inside of it, and the whole front of the fish looks like almost like a horror something. It's disgusting. Yeah, it's gross. Yeah, it's gross. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, but it's very cool. Because I've never seen anything like it. Very cool. A hippo. A sea lion? I think they are. No. What is it? I'm trying to remember. An elephant seal. An elephant seal. Yeah. Hideous. Yeah. This is I forget what that's called. It's a leaf bug, of course. It's a leaf bug. I didn't want to say it was a leaf bug because I felt like that was just too on the nose, but 100% a leaf bug. I should write that down. Which is so silly because it's literally in the shape of a leaf. But I know I'm gonna forget next time. Cause I mean, it's a leaf bug. Like you wouldn't think that it would be so aptly named. It just couldn't be that aptly named. But of course, one of the last things I did, I think people picking up trash on the beach. A blue ringed octopus. An abstract version, I guess you could say. Then another study for another painting. Another study. And then I always like to leave the last couple pages of my sketchbooks empty because I have way more stuff to draw. So, number 13. This says number 17, but it's really like number 22 or 23. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for hanging. I think I'm going to do one more for the road. And then I'm going to skedaddle. Yeah, you should. You should. And just don't make anything good. Make it as bad as you can muster. And I promise you won't be disappointed. No pressure. Make it bad on purpose. When it's bad on purpose, you could say like, look, this is all part of the plan. Yeah. Peacock. What else we got here? Alright. What kind of bird do we want? I'm gonna Google weird birds. Ooh, I think we got one. The shoebill. Shoebill. The prehistoric shoebill. This bad boy. Let's do it. Oh, the kern. The kite of the kern. Here, hold up. I'm gonna look up a kite. Oh, beautiful. Then I'm gonna look up a kern, see what the kern's about. Yeah, dinosaur birds for sure. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, Roadrunner. The Roadrunner. I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do the kite. I'm gonna do a red kite. All the chickens with fluffy heads here. Oh yeah? Oh wait. Here, I'll go back. The one I had before? This one? Right here? Yeah? Okay, cool. I was gonna ask. One more yes in the chat to confirm. Alright, cool. Let's do it. Birds of prey. Alright. Let's see. First thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with the back. I go live like maybe once a week, once every other week, if I can get time to do it. It's very like I need to get on the schedule so I can get like if I don't know. I think I should get on the schedule. I think it would be better so that people know when I'm going live. Okay, I'm gonna goof it here on purpose. Okay, so that's the wing. We got the eyes, the throat, and the bottom of the body. Ah, great. I'm glad. I'm glad. Life's too short. We do art because we want to do art. You should be happy doing art. You should do what you want. You know? I'm going to break this down to like chunky feathers just so I can measure out. Okay. So now we have the feather, the wing. I think art just it's like inherently lends itself to judgment sometimes because we want our stuff to look good, but man, have fun. All right, got that wing. Ooh, I'm glad I practiced my wings earlier. Okay. He looks so damn alert. All right, here we go. Okay. Every time I don't mess it up, I'm like so happy. Yeah, yeah, this is a kern. Yep. It's a red kern, I believe. If Google, not to say that I would ever trust Google, but I'm gonna do my sketch thing. There's like little pockets. I want to see if I can get some of that. If there's like these like little like spots that he has or she has. I don't know why I keep. Mm-hmm. You cannot. All right. So goes like this. It's like back feathers. Okay, that kind of came together okay. All right. I have this broken mechanical pencil, so I have to like. It doesn't usually you press it and it comes out on its own just a little bit. This one, if I press it and I hold it, it just falls all the way out. So I have to like stop it from doing that. There's like those big, those, those, his, I want to say, the feathers start to kind of curve up. You can, if you have a Michaels near you, they sell them at Michaels. I'm pretty sure they sell them at every Michaels I've been at. So you should be able to. They're not hard to find. All right, that's that leg, that wing. hmm There's like the back feathers, but then there's the tail feathers back here, but then there's like these mid back, like almost like the nape of your back. I will tell you, these are kind of like the grip is good for drawing, but I've seen people put like those rubber guards around them so that they're not so brutal because it kind of it's metal, you know, so it's like kind of rough on your hands for if you're drawing for like those people who draw for hours, like it's rough on their hands. But I keep it like this because I'm not drawing, like I'm not working, you know, so I never got I'm not like getting sore or anything working on it. Mhm. It's so funny. You see these references, like those two, like the that book that I was looking at earlier, and it kind of helped a lot. Helped me kind of like identify the different parts of the. This is a lot of feathers. If you don't know, you can get overwhelmed easily. But kind of see the the pattern of how they're placed. Hope you're having a good Saturday. All right. So if we're looking at I'm gonna go back to this again because I really like seeing how they're kind of divided. So this is the back, this is the top of the wing, this is the bottom of the wing, right? And you can kind of see it. You can kind of see where. Sorry, a little shaky. You could kind of see where they relate, right? There's these big these big ones right at the edge, right the primary convert right up here, and then you have your primaries, and then these are the secondaries back here, and then you have the median wing, your medians, the alula right up top, right at the edge, And then the lesser wing converts up top. Pretty cool. I'm not going to remember any of this, of course. But in the moment, it's pretty cool. I think if I revisit it enough, I'm sure. I think we did it. I think we did it. I think we're almost there. Oh man, there we go. I think we got it. I think we got it. This is a little rough. This is kind of sloppy here, but I think we got him. I think we got it. Thank you. All right, we did it. We got some good ones today. Thanks for the inspiration. This is one. I think this is my. This is one of my favorites. This one. What else? I really like this one for some reason. Maybe it's the stance of this one. This one felt good to do. I'm like spitting all over my sketchbook. This one might have saved the day here a couple times. This one, super entertaining. Very weird. Glad you showed me this. Oh, the emu wins. Yeah, I think that emu wins. I think that might have been my best sketch of the last couple days. Yeah, I did these earlier. Yeah, no, emu wins. Emu wins. Yeah, good call. Good call. Good call. Well, that BMX Kids mom, thank you so much. Thanks for saving the stream today. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to go live again this time next week or sometime during the week. If you follow and subscribe, just me asking that sounds crazy, but turn on your notifications. I go live at all weird times. Sometimes it's early in the day, sometimes it's at night, sometimes it's like early in the morning before I go to work. It's all over the way. It's all over. Thank you so much. Thanks for the subscribe, because Lord knows I don't have that many. So thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. And next time, if you have any suggestions about the next things I should draw, you let me know. You let me know. Have a good weekend. Take it easy.